Welcome to this tutorial. I show you now how you can create any kind of 3D characters in Blender with using the skin modifier. With this method your character is already prepared for sculpting and you can animate your character very easy because with the skin modifier you can create a bone structure. When Blender starts, we have this cube here, and then we go to the modifier tab and we add a skin modifier. Now we get this deformed cube here. When we go to the edit mode, it looks like that, and then we can go to the wireframe view, and now we get this cube here. We have all the vertices here and we can move them, we can extrude them. And to start make a character we need only one vertex, and so we select the complete cube and we merge them with M and add center. Now we get only one vertex here. Now we can start make our character, and with E we can extrude now to make the shoulders, start with the arms or whatever. But we need also a mirror modifier. Let's go to the modifier tab and add a mirror along the x-axis. You can see here we get our mirror, and in the middle it looks a little bit strange now. So we move the mirror on top. And now it looks pretty nice in the middle. We can use this part now as the shoulders for our character. And then we need a blueprint, and I have prepared something because I want to create a character from my favorite animated movies from Ice Age. And when we have this image here, we can move this image with drag and drop into Blender. And now our cursor is in the middle, so we select the image and with Shift S selection to cursor. Now we get the image directly in the middle. And we can move the image a little bit more backwards along the y-axis. But in that case we don't have a symmetrical picture, so we can move the character into the left side here. Okay? I turn on my shortcuts so you can see everything that I do. And back to the edit mode, we continue with our character, and to see the vertices we activate the wireframe view. We select the vertex in the middle, and now we extrude the body, but we turn on the clipping. Now we can add our body only in the middle. We can move to the left or to the right. Now this is the upper body now. With this modifier now, the character don't have any faces, so that's why we can't use S for scaling. But we can also scale when using Ctrl and A, okay? Just select the vertex and with Ctrl A, we can scale him. Like that. Let's have a look from the side view. And you can also scale them when hit Ctrl, A and Y. So you scale him only along the y-axis, okay? You can do the same with the x-axis and with Z. And then we extrude the lower body when the vertex is selected. And this part here we can scale, Ctrl A. Look from side view. And then we turn off clipping because now we want to extrude the legs. Now select the lower body again and move it a little bit much higher along the Z-axis like that, and then select the leg along the Z-axis. This is too much. Scale the legs a little bit smaller. But I'm still not happy with it, so let's try it out a little bit more. Let's have a look when we turn on clipping. All right. Good, now we can extrude in the upper legs. We have a nice base position for this lower body. And move them a little bit more in front. Where is the knee? And then we extrude the lower legs. Good. And then we select the vertex in the middle on top. Now we can scale this part a little bit. Then we select this vertex here, and looks much better now on this part here. And from side view, scale it the belly a little bit more along the y-axis. And this part here now we see as our shoulder. Make the shoulder part much smaller. So like that. You can also select the vertex in the middle and move them much lower. And also this one here. And then we add a subdivision surface modifier. Then we select the shoulder and extrude the upper arms. Back to wireframe mode. Just change that a little bit here. Scale it down. And the elbow part just a little bit much shorter, and move the elbows a little bit more in front. Now we can extrude the lower arms. and move them more in front along the y-axis. And then let's change the legs a little bit. Make them much shorter. And a little bit more in the middle. Looks much better. We select the vertex in the middle on top. And let's make the neck. We extrude this part just a little bit. And then let's get up with the neck. And scale it down a little bit. With the Z-axis we go deeper again. And now we can extrude the neck. Just scale it a little bit. And change this a little bit along the Z-axis, just a little bit more down. We select the neck again and go a little bit higher along the Z-axis. Then we extrude this part for the head. And scale it up. Then we extrude again. And we pick this one here in the middle. And move it along the y-axis a little bit more in front. We select the vertex here on top. Let's go a little bit more down. And then we turn off the clipping. Now we extrude the parts for the eyes. And scale it down. And now he looks like an alien, but we are not finished yet. And scale these parts here a little bit more down. And then we select the vertex in the middle. Go to the modifier tab and we can click on mark loose. You see something has changed here. Now we can edit these parts here much better. All the parts, they are connected with this vertex in the middle. And then we move the image much closer to the character. Go to edit mode. And scale the side of the head much smaller. Also the middle. Let's try this out when we move this vertex on top. Let's go back. Now we extrude another part. And scale it down. There's no limit. With the skin modifier we can do any kind of cool characters we want. With just a few vertices we can create them. And when the head looks good, then we can extrude the eyes. And scale them up a little bit more. Extrude it one more time. And then we select all the vertices from his head . And scale his part down. So it looks great. And move it much lower along the Z-axis. Select this vertex here and go a little bit deeper. And then we can edit a few details more from the head. Go it's a little bit lower here, and in side view that doesn't look good now, so here select this vertex and much lower. Go much higher with this vertex here. And along the y-axis. Now we extrude a new part here. And scale it down. And scale it down. Now we select all the arms and along the y-axis let's go forward. And again, select all the vertices from the arm and scale it up. Change a little bit from the legs, place them there, and also a little bit from the arms. Because now we want to start make some fingers. But his fingers now we start make them with a different object, because it is much easier when we use a cube. Let's add a mirror modifier. Go to the edit mode. Scale it down and select only this face here in the face select modus, and now extrude. And scale it down, move it down along the z-axis, extrude, scale down along the z-axis, and when we're done, we select all the finger in edit mode and scale it down and place the finger on his hand. And then in object mode, we duplicate the finger and we do the same thing with all the other fingers, okay? And then when we're done with all the fingers, we select one finger and duplicate it And now we do the same thing with the toes. And then let's edit a few details in our character. Let's make the hand a little bit thinner. Yeah, just add a new vertex and move and scale them so that we have a nice hand. Then we can edit a few details on the legs. We can push them more in front, the knees, and now here this part like that, just a little bit more. Then we select all these parts here. A little bit too much, only the head, and so like that. Till now, basically our character looks very good. Now what we need is a tail. First we place our cross in the middle, and we do it with Shift and S to center, then Shift and A. We add a new cube, scale it down, go to the modifier tab, and we add a subdivision surface. Level 2, place it here, go to edit mode, scale it down, and now let's make a tail. Now the character is ready for sculpting, and we want to continue with this character very soon, okay? But in the next tutorial I show you how to create a quick gaming character with a skin modifier, with texturing, rigging, and with animation. One more thing, you can see that the left and the right side doesn't look symmetrical. We can fix this problem very easy. We also can build an armature with the skin modifier. So select the character, go to edit mode and mark a root bone. Okay? And go here, modifier tab and mark root. Now you see everything looks clean. And now you can create your own amazing characters with the skin modifier in Blender. In the next tutorial I show you how to create a simple gaming character, how to use the armature from the skin modifier, and we will give this character a texture, and then we will make a few quick animations, okay? If you found this tutorial was helpful, then give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and see you in the next video. Bye!